and today we are talking about Hellfest. I am so excited to finally get to review this one. I did a reaction to the trailer, and it's one of those that I really wanted to see in theaters, but unfortunately life and I just didn't get to, which I'm so heartbroken about. And then I heard all these people talking about how it wasn't that great. I don't get that, honestly. Right off the bat, I loved this film. I thought it was fantastic. It was such a fun slasher film, which is really just kind of what I expected out of it. I think maybe too many people thought it was gonna be like super scary. I don't know. I expected a fun slasher, and that is exactly what I got out of this. So I did go ahead and write down some of my likes and dislikes. So let's go ahead and just get into those. So for some of the stuff that I disliked about this film, there wasn't a lot, but there were a couple things that I wrote down. So the first kind of thing was the main opening credits scene. So you have, like many slashers do, like Scream does, you have this opening death scene. And that is where you usually really set the tone for a film, and I love it. You guys know I love a good opening kill scene, and I felt like this film had the chance to do that, and unfortunately it was ruined by the constant flash of names upon the screen. You know, you're going through, and during it just like, the killer's on the move, and he'll move, and name flashes up, and just keeps going, and it's completely interrupts the scene, and I felt like it just totally ruined it. You know, if I get it, you have to have an opening credit scene, but they could have, you know, had the names popping up in a corner, kind of just out of the way, which is something like, you know, I just got done reviewing Final Destination, though granted it's not really a slasher, but, you know, they have those fantastic opening scenes, opening credit scenes, where the names are going through, but there's stuff going on in the background that really relates to the movie, and that would have been a great way to do it. Or they could have just, you know, had the opening name scene and then gone to the kill scene. It was a great opportunity to have, you know, perfect opening kill scene, something that's super memorable, and they ruined it by flashing up those damn names that you don't really care to pay attention to in the film. So that was kind of my first dislike right off the bat. And then my other thing was just the humming noise that the killer did. That was really distracting and really kind of annoying and not very terrifying. For me, I would have just preferred a silent killer. I mean, he really doesn't talk, which is great, but you have that damn humming noise and it's unnecessary. You know, we know that the killer's there. You see him. Yes, there are a few times throughout the film where he's kind of out of shot and he's humming, but we still know he's hiding somewhere. The person still knows he's there. The humming was just an unnecessary add-in, especially at one point where Brooke goes to chase after him and he's like hiding somewhere and you hear that humming noise. And she's at this point thinks that she's kind of scared him off. If, you know, he was gonna jump out and kill her at that moment or whatever, like, that kind of would have been okay, but that humming noise just annoyed the shit out of me. And those are really the only two dislikes that I had from the film. That was basically it. So let's get to the things that I did really like about this film. There's a couple of things that I jotted down. The characters. I really liked the characters in this film, and I liked their friendship. It felt believable, and I feel like those are things that are really important with a slasher film. You know, this is a teen slasher film. You have these characters that you're watching being stalked, and you have to like them, and you kind of have to believe their friendship for the movie to be likable. In my opinion, that's how I feel about slasher films, and this really did it for me. I believed that they were friends, and I liked all of the characters. There's not really someone in the bunch that's like super hateable. They were all really cool and they were all different in ways, and I really like the characters. And let's also, with that, the cast. You have Tony Todd, who is in this. He has a very small part. His appearance in the film is very short-lived. I will say I was definitely waiting for him throughout this, going like, where's my Tony Todd? And he did finally pop up. And I loved that scene. I thought he was fantastic. I love the fact that it was, you know, horror fans are gonna know who he is when you see him. And they bring him out and he's dressed like a skeleton king of some sort. And it was just so perfectly fantastic. But it wasn't so distracting from the film that you're like so dead set on him. He just plays a character that's part of this world, and he was, of course, so fantastic. But then you also have his voice. The voice is following you around through the film. I loved that, and it so reminded me of Final Destination with his voice, and it just gave me those feels, especially since I just finished reviewing that. And with that scene, you have Taylor-Klaus in this film. I adore her. You guys probably already know that by now, but she, of course, was in the Scream TV series, and I was so excited when I saw that she was doing another horror thing, and so she was one of the reasons I was really excited to see this. And of course I loved and adored her character in this. She is the horror fan again, just like all of us. Another little side note, but apparently she has another horror film that's supposed to come out, so I'm really excited. I don't know anything about it, but I'm excited because she's doing another horror film. So yes, having those two people in this, I love them both, and it made me so excited. And another like that I really had for this that kind of goes in with Tony Todd is when they first walk into the park. You first hear Tony Todd's voice welcoming them in, and that moment again reminded me so much of Final Destination, specifically the third one, because for those of you who don't know, he actually does the voice of the devil on the roller coaster ride in the third one, and it just reminded me so much of that. It felt like a little nugget for the horror fans, for the Final Destination fans, and that just like, it just gave me all of those feelings so much, and I loved it. So those were basically my dislikes and my main likes for this film. Now to get into my favorite character and my favorite deaths. I'm gonna go ahead and have to give favorite character to Brooke, actually. I'm sure most of you thought it was gonna be Beck's character, but I really loved Brooke. I thought she was just fantastic. She was really great best friend. I love the fact that she kind of brought these two characters who didn't really like each other and clearly have some sort of history together. And that was something else I loved in this film, was the fact that you kind of started with these two characters that don't get along, but through drinking and being scared, they end up becoming friends and getting along. And I just kind of love that, because too often you'll have two female characters in a film who just hate each other, and they spend the entire film going at each other, which, shock, women can be friends, and we can have more than one best friend. So I love the fact that they ended up getting along, and yeah, I loved Brooke. I thought she was so fantastic. She was just my favorite character, and oddly enough, Brooke from Scream is like one of my favorite characters on that TV show, so fun little thing. And then as far as my favorite death goes, I'm gonna have to give this one to the first death of the group, which is the kind of love interest of the main lady, which is that kind of love interest boy. I was sad because I really liked his character, and I was kind of bummed that he was the first to go, but I loved his death. I thought it was super unique. He was one who was hit by the mallet thing that you see if you can hit the bell or whatever. I thought that was so unique and gross, and I just loved that kill. And yeah, I thought the kills in this movie were really good. But again, overall, I really love this film. Not really sure I understand all of the hate. I thought it was a good, fun slasher film. So let me know what you guys thought about Hellfest. Did you enjoy it? If not, let me know why. If you did, please let me know why as well. Please let me know what your kind of favorites were about this film. And if you did enjoy this review, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content. And before I go, quick shout out to my Patreons. If you want to know the perks to being a Patreon, links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys later with another video.